are Men Inferior to Women by Jordan Anderson. What's inferior anyway? According to Merriam-Webster.com, inferior. Of poor quality, lower in quality, of little or less importance or value, low or lower in rank. In this case, inferior means lower in rank. What does that even mean? It means that men are not solely today's leaders. Women are also leaders. Statistics show that women are the ones with the high position jobs in their families. They're the ones that finished high school and went on to college. They're the ones that stayed out of trouble and didn't go to jail. They're the ones that make better decisions in the long run rather than men. Why does society feel that way about men? Men are the ones who seem less motivated in life. They'd rather stay home and play video games than go outside and do something meaningful. Men are the ones who aren't taking responsibility and action for things. They're the ones who aren't portrayed as the best leaders either. For example, Chris Brown, Michael Vick, Aaron Hernandez, and a lot of these rappers out here today. You say you don't believe me. Well, statistics and numbers don't lie. Education. Girls go to college 26 through 28 years old with a college degree. This graph is from 1910 to 1980. From 1910 to 1980, women have been increasing their education. At 1910, they started at about 5%, and to 1980, they increased to now 33%. For men, from 1910 to 1950, they went from 8% to 23%. But they pretty much flatlined from 1950 to 1980, reaching only about 24%. Percent of all college degrees conferred, female versus male, 1971 to 2017. So for women, at 1971, it started at about 41%, and projected for 2017 they're to reach 62%. For males starting in 1971, they started at 59%, and for 2017 they're projected to end at about 39%. University attendance in the Middle East. Now, right here are 13 countries. Only 4 out of the 13 countries shown have where men succeed women in education. Excluding Oman and the other 4 countries, the Middle East has where 62% of its countries have more women in college than men. Incarceration. State and federal prison incarceration. Now, if you look at the year 2000, and if you look at the male, the total is 1,237,500. And for female, the total is only 83,700. Now, that's a big gap. There's obviously more men in jail than women in 2000. But if you bring to something a time more recent, 2010, their number went up 1,446,000, and the women also went up, but there's still that big gap, 104,600. So there's still a very big gap, and yeah, there's still more men in jail than women. And if we look at incarceration rates 1960 to 2010, I mean, the numbers kind of speak for itself. 1960, it was pretty low, but when it got to 2000, yeah, it shows that there's a lot more men in jail than women. Breadwinners. Women breadwinners on the rise across races and ethnicities. Now, the red line represents 1974, the light blue represents 2007, and the dark blue represents 2010. Now, if you look at it, you can see that it's gradually getting, the numbers are gradually getting larger with each color. Red being the least, so that light blue being the middle, and the dark blue being the highest, largest. Employed persons by sex, 1920, 79% of men had the jobs, while only 20% 21% of women had jobs. Now, if you look at 2012, only 53% of men have jobs, while 47% of women have the jobs too. And that's almost half. And it just shows that a lot of women are starting to take these male roles, male jobs. What factors are playing into that women are being put in a higher position than men? Men spend more time playing games than focusing on academics. They don't know how to interact with women either. Video games. Young men between the ages of 14 through 18 spend a considerable amount of time playing video games. Almost every guy plays video games and or some type of sport. They spend hours and days trying to get the highest score or beat someone. They perfect their craft at the game they're playing. They spend so much time on it. When they play video games, it's an escape from reality. They're in their own world where they can be whoever they want. No one can tell them that they're not good at something they've perfected. So how is that a bad thing? To every pro, there is a con. The con is that they're wasting a lot of time. At some point, you do have to come back to reality. While you play those games, you're losing social skills and you forget how to function in the real world and think about that game all day. And because you're thinking about that game all day, life is just slipping. It's just going by you, just slipping by you. Women. One of the biggest factors in why men are becoming second to women. Men do not know how to interact with women. How is that a bad thing? Women right now are at the top. Guys keep interacting with other guys instead of women. The thing is, guys aren't at the top right now, so that isn't helping them. When they do talk to women, though, the conversation isn't steady / meaningful. According to psychologytoday.com, many guys prefer the company of men over women. It's more comfortable for them. They know how other guys will react. According to men, women are complicated, and you never know what will happen when you're with them. So why and try figure them out anyway? So I decided to do my own survey. I asked 30 males this question. Is it easier for you to talk to women face to face or over the phone? 67% said face to face. 33% said over the phone. Men do have the confidence to talk to women in person, face to face. I asked 30 females this question. In general, when you meet guys for the first time, are you able to have a steady or meaningful conversation with them? 30% of them said yes, and 70% of them said no. And this shows that guys have the confidence to talk to them, but women feel that the conversation isn't really engaging and that they are lacking social skills. So with all this said, what do we do about this? Well, in order for men to become at the top first instead of being second, they must put the video games down and spend more of that time focusing on school, trying to put themselves at the top, because right now we're at the top. They have to get out their comfort zone with other men and associate with women. If you want to be at the top, you must know how your competitor is winning. They have to stop dropping out of school just because it's hard. Come on now, life's hard. Get over it. And they have to have a passion for being successful in life. So if your passion is to just like work at 7-Eleven for the rest of your life and live with your parents, I'm not talking to you. And that's my presentation. Hope you enjoyed it.